What's poppin', everybody? It's your man DJ, Mr. King Power 1075, 1063, and welcome to another edition of Music Business Mondays. It's our virtual music conference series where we bring you all the industry executives from DJs, music reps, artists, record labels, etc., just to come here, have a conversation with you, and get all the ins and outs of the music business. Today, I'm super excited. I got my dog, Juicy J. He's going to have a ton of information, great conversations, 30 years in the game, man. I can't wait. But before we get into it, got to tap in for some of our sponsors. Let's hear from Columbus Music Commission, Ohio Media School, and Remy Martin.
Hi, and welcome to Music Business Monday. My name is Amber Nicole, and I sit on the board of the Columbus Music Commission. We are so happy that you're able to join us tonight for this exclusive interview with 3-6 Mafia's Juicy J. We are even more excited to be partnering with Urban One Radio to bring you this event. Music Business Mondays are just a day to network and to learn things about the industry, whether you're in it or just interested in being in it, or interested in the business itself. So we really hope you enjoy this evening's presentation, and to learn more about the Columbus Music Commission and to sign up, join, be a member, go to musiccolumbus.com. Enjoy. Thank you guys for signing in.
An unlimited connection to others, and a platform for you. Social media is where you can thrive. If you have a passion for media, either on camera or behind the scenes, Ohio Media School can change your life in just 8 short months. Learn from the pros and get the skills you need. Start creating engaging social media content about what you want. You can get paid to create. It starts by visiting beonair.com. Call Ohio Media School Columbus at 614-723-9675.
My name is Baptiste Loiseau. I am the cellar master of Remy Martin. It takes more than one person to create an exceptional cognac. In fact, there is a whole team with me, working together as one, instilling our passion, our savoir-faire, and our excellence. Together, we continue the legacy of Remy Martin.
Thank you once again to all of our sponsors, Columbus Music Commission, Ohio Media School, and of course, Remy Martin, Team Up for Excellent. Now, typically when we start these Music Business Mondays, you know, I have a bio and I got to make sure I say all of this stuff. They gave me the Juicy J bio and I did not need it. When I'm telling you that I've been a fan and a student of this guy since day one. Man, you're talking 30 plus years in the game, Academy Award winning and Grammy nominated producer, artist, entrepreneur, just an absolute legend, man, who starts trends, continues his trends, and is really a inspiration to a lot, not just hailing from Tennessee, but all across the country when it comes to hip hop, man. You know, he's worked with the likes of, you know, Project Pat, 3-6 Mafia, Lil Baby, 2 Chainz, Megan Thee Stallion, Katy Perry. The list goes on and on and on. I'm just excited to get this conversation started. So welcome to the conversation, the big homie, the legendary Juicy J.
Yo, what's good, man?
What's good, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. You know what I'm saying? Just chilling over here, you know.
That's what's up. Well, I'm looking at the wall, man. I don't know, you know, if there's any more room on there for some plaques. So you might have to get a new room over there in a second, right?
Yeah. It's this place is it's too many. I got plaques on the floor.
You said you got some on the floor.
Plaques on the floor, plaques behind the couch. Is crazy.
Yeah, but I think that's just a testament to your longevity in the game and just the impact that you've had in the game over 3 decades plus now. You know, and in past conversations I've had with you or just been in the rooms, I always felt like that I've always left that conversation or that area with some type of knowledge, which is why I thought it was very, very important to have somebody like of your stature on the Music Business Mondays, and especially during a month like June where we celebrate Black Music Month. How did you get your passion in terms of just stepping into the arena of music? Where did that historically come from for you?
I mean, you know, I grew up listening to this. I used to watch this group called Sha Na Na on every Saturday night.
Okay.
It's like a musical I used to watch as a kid, and then you know, later on, I fell in love with like cool. What's this group called? To the Hibbit, the Hobbit. What's the name?
Yeah. Sugar Hill, all that, yeah, all that.
I can't remember the name. Sugar Hill Gang.
Sugar Hill, yeah.
Sugar Hill Gang, and I used to listen to Kool and the Gang, and Prince and Michael Jackson, most definitely. A lot of Boy George, a lot of 80s pop groups. I used to listen to a lot of that too. So all that combined, with the Curtis Blows. This is at the beginning of rap.
Mm-hmm.
I just fell in love with music. I mean, I always wanted to be a producer. I didn't really look at myself as a rapper. I actually wanted to be like a piano player, writing songs, that kind of guy, And
right.
I started as a DJ, started DJing clubs. I'm just trying to speed the process up. I started DJing at clubs, and I was like #1 DJ in Memphis, and I put out the record "Slob on My Knob," and that's kind of how I got my little name for myself. And then I connected with Paul, which he lived on the north side of town. The south side of town. I lived on the north side of town, and we started 3 6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm. So let's backtrack, because you go from listening to Sugar Hill the Gang and Kool and the Gang to being, I'm gonna say, what, high school-ish, when you wrote, like, you writing "Slob on My Knob" in high school.
High school, yeah.
So was that just like, I'm straight up writing this out just as a joke, or this is really about to be this record that I'm thinking in my head about to take me to these places?
Actually, I wrote it as a joke. I thought this, because you listen to the song, it's funny. So I just kind of did it as a joke. I mean, I wasn't really planning on trying to do anything with it. And I was DJing at this club, and I played the song. Like, I used to DJ at the club every Sunday night. So I played the song one Sunday night. The next week, I come in the club. I'm bringing my crates of records in, stacking my crates of records up. As people was coming in the clubs, they was like, "Yo, Jay, man, play that song you played last week." And I was like, "What song? What you talking about?" They was like, "Slob on the song." I'm like, then I was like, "Slob on yeah, that's it. Play that song you played last week." And I was like, "Man, that song, I ain't playing that song, man." I was like, put my stuff up, stacking my stuff. Like, I'm not playing that song. That song whack. I was like, they was like, "No, man, you gotta play that song. You gotta play that song." Second time I played it, club went crazy. Second time.
And did you talk about, like, just a record like that and the longevity of a record like that for 30 plus years? When you look at that, how have you grown from a record like "Slob on the Knob" and the Hypnotized Minds and stuff like that? How have you grown and recognized your impact in terms of music and everything else right now?
Well, the main thing about growing with the music, I never sold the music. You know what I'm saying? I own 100% of the publishing, me and Paul, and we never sold it, even though people offered us all kinds of money back in the 90s, 4 million, 5 million, 6 million. I mean, we was like, nah, we good. We just held on to it. And, and I own a lot of my masters too. I don't own all the masters, but I own a nice piece of the masters, And and now people are sampling it, and it's worth more now than back then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I did a show in Tokyo probably like 10 years ago, but they knew the words to "Slob on Knob." It's like they were speaking in their language, but when "Slob on Knob" came out, they was speaking in English, so they knew every word to "Slob on Knob." And then I have to rap that song like 2 to 3 times, like. And the song never really had no radio play. It's just an underground song, and a lot of people are sampling this, blowing up still. Yeah, everywhere I go, I perform that song at least twice. People love it.
That's dope. So when you talk about like we said, so the longevity and owning the masters, when it comes to music business, is that something that you preach to some of these up and coming younger artists? Because you work with everybody. You're not just a producer that just like, nah, I'm Juicy J, I'm only working with the top tier guys. Like, a lot of artists owe you, like, what I'm saying, for their first big break. You know what I'm saying? So is that something that you pass game down in terms of the business side of things, when it comes to masters and ownership and just what I'm saying, having the music side of things?
Yeah, I tell everybody that. You know what I'm saying? I try to help out whoever want that knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? Free of charge. I don't be tripping. Certain people, look, I put it like this right here, man. Certain people do certain things because they may be in a jam or they may need that money at the time. Do whatever in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It's not stupid if you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really judge anybody. I'm just telling you what I did. You know what I'm saying? So I never sold my publishing, and I'm not planning on selling my publishing. I own a lot of my masters. Like I said, some of those old school masters back then, some of my own, some of my don't. But I own most of them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I went through that trial when people were selling their masters over and blah, blah, blah. You know, I went through those same situations. But luckily, I was still smart to have some ownership of like at least 70, 80% of a lot of my masters.
For
which
sure.
people are still selling today.
Now, if to our audience out there, if you have questions, just feel free to drop them in the chat, whether you're online at mycolumbuspower.com. You can drop them in there on our Facebook. You can ask any kind of questions. And Juicy, I've been in conversation with him. He don't hold back. So if you got a question, he's definitely gonna answer them. I want to talk to you about in terms of just the sound of Memphis and Tennessee in general. Right, when it comes to not even just what you guys created with 3 6 Mafia and stuff like that, but its impact when you talk about Black music. You know what I'm saying, from blues and everything like that. How influential is Memphis when it comes to Black music?
Memphis is I think Memphis is the city that started blues. You know, and if they're not the city that started it, definitely the top 5, you know, city started blues. So Memphis always been a music city. Man, like I've always been influenced by music. Everybody, I feel like, man, Memphis is like a diamond in the rough. I always felt like that even back in the day. Like I used to tell all these record labels, like, man, it's a lot of talent in Memphis. They used to be like, yeah, whatever. We like 3 6 Mafia, Project Pat, and then, you know, they might like a couple of other artists from the city, but it wasn't like they weren't really trying to fly down and try to sign nobody till now. You know, Moneybagg Yo blew up. He went #1. Pooh Shiesty blew up. NLE Chopper, Young Dolph. Man, a lot of Key Glock. I mean, I can go for days. Youngster. So everybody's doing really good now in the city. So now everybody like, oh man, let me go find me a Memphis artist. And then there's a lot of Memphis producers like Tay Key. You got a bunch of Memphis producers out here making a name for themselves, like killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Got Grammys, get nominated, making a lot of noise. You know, even songwriters like Jazzy. Like, it's a lot of people out here just really killing it right now. So everybody wants them artists from Memphis. Memphis always been that city that always the influence of music, even though it's a violent, crazy city. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you almost gotta like pretty much fight your way to get out of there. Being real with you, you know what I'm saying? But the main thing is God bless that town with talent. Great musical talent. Some of the most unbelievable talent you ever seen in your life, like singers, songwriters, producers, everything, man. So I feel like everybody in Memphis is gifted some kind of way through music.
So being like in a town like Memphis, where it's like you got the talent there to get out, but you're looking for opportunity. How would you suggest for an artist, a singer, a songwriter, producer, whether they're not necessarily coming from Memphis, but coming from a town like a Columbus, how would you recommend them their best ways to put themselves in a position to get an outlet, to get out of the city, to come back and put somebody back on in their city?
Use the internet. It's for free. You know what I'm saying? Use the Snapchats, use the Instagrams, use the TikToks and the Trillers. And, you know, I use all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I still use it, you know. I enjoy using it. To me, it's like easy because back in my day, we had to actually physically hand out the CDs and go to clubs and beg promoters, hey man, let's perform, let's open up just to be heard. You know, nowadays you just get on your Instagram and post your music, and you keep posting your music long enough, people start getting in your, I mean, if it's good music, right, you'll develop a fan base. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way it is right now. And I think it's way easy now. Like, you know, back in the day, it was all about, like I say, the grind, going here, going there, going there. Now you just post some shit. You know, you post your song, your pictures, you in the studio, whatever you got going on, any kind of content. You know.
Yep. So let me ask you this: what when you go into modes, right? And I remember asking you this before. Creativity wise, what gets you in that mode to, you know what I'm saying, to create the next hit, to create a Bands That Make You Dance, to create a Megan Thee Stallion record, or what kind of modes do you get in for that when you're getting ready to write these hooks or produce the beats?
Man, a lot of times, man, it's crazy. When I go to the bathroom, man, I come up with my best.
You said when you go to the bathroom?
Or I go to the bathroom, man. I came up with bands to make a dance in the bathroom. A lot of records and ideas I come up with, I go to the bathroom. Like I might be in the studio, like trying to create something. And then when I go in the bathroom, it's like all the juices start flowing, all the ideas come together. I just believe it because it's quiet in there. You know, nobody's in there, nobody's talking. Because when I'm in the studio, it's quiet, but it's not like quiet like that. You know, I got the music playing, me and my engineer, we going back and forth, you know, with ideas or whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I go in the bathroom, I just get I get some me time. So I can sit there and, you know what I'm saying, I stand there and just and just figure out what I need to, you know, come up with. And that's just how I don't know, man. It's weird. You know, it happens all the time though. All the time. If I'm like in a session, I'm trying to think of something, I say, man, let me just run to the bathroom right quick. And every time I go to the bathroom, I come up with the ideas.
You every time you go to the bathroom, come out with a plaque. So there you go. There you know.
Yeah.
So
I'm putting out my plaques in the bathroom from now.
There you go. You need that. So we do got a question for some of our viewers, and one of our viewers wanted to know what kind of recommendation or advice do you have in terms of managing? That could be in the lane of picking the correct manager, or you know what I'm saying, making sure that your management is navigating in the right way for you.
I think if you're just getting started, you don't really need a manager. You know, just do it yourself. You know, save that little percentage. I only feel like you can get a manager when you start getting, you know, blowing up and need that extra help for somebody to go in there to handle a lot of the business for you. But just make sure you get somebody that's smart and that know the business, been in the business. Just don't get nobody. Don't let your homeboy manage you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to let your homeboy manage you, let him co-manage you. Find a good manager and then let him do the co-managing. You know, from what he learned from the real manager. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you want to help somebody out. So
was there a lot of trial and error on y'all end when y'all was first coming in like that? I mean, given the fact that y'all, you know, you had your independent side of things, but then like you said, you seen things from a DJing side too. So was there a lot of trial and error when, you know, Hypnotize Mind, 3-6 and all that was coming up?
Well, we didn't have a manager. We managed ourselves. We made our own beats. We made our own production. We promoted ourselves. We put up all the money. Like one thing about 3-6 Mafia, we was just in-house. Everything was in-house. We didn't really trust anybody on the outside. So we answered the phones ourselves. Hey, you know, we tried to disguise our voice like we a secretary or something. Hey, Hypnotize Minds, you want to book? We booked our own shows. We wrote up the contracts. We paid the taxes. We did everything ourselves. You know, we filed our own taxes. You know.
So that skit on Project Pat's joint on Getty Green, I think it was Getty Green. So that was really from your office then.
When we was talking about which one, man? We did so many skits.
I know it was the I can't think of it. Go. I think it was Getty Green.
Pretty much done there. Everything was done in the office.
Was done straight from the yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now since I mean obviously we know there's a whole, since we're talking Black Music Month and you know the whole everybody is, you know, Black Lives Matter and everything like that. Do you feel that music is shifting to an area in which people are taking, I don't want to say taking advantage of that, but do you see them in terms, how do you see music and the music business shifting in respect to the Black Lives Matter movement and like the diversity and things like that in terms of the, not necessarily the song side, but industry wise and the behind the scene pieces?
Well, yeah, I think a lot of people are speaking on it, man. I think a lot of people, I mean, it's crazy out here, man. Like you see what's going on. I mean, me growing up in Memphis, that shit was happening then. Anything you see right now was happening back in my day. Like people was getting shot, beat up by police. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. So a lot of people are now, you know, stepping up to the plate, doing something about it. Meek Mill, Jay-Z, they doing something about it. What's that? I think they got like prison reform or something like that. They helping, you know, people get off. You know, they had these crazy, stupid sentences. You know, sentence for like 20 years for some bag of weed or something, helping people get out of jail and stuff like that. So people are doing different things. You know, President Biden is taking, you know, he's looking at things right now. He's taking heed to what's going on. He's speaking on it, and you know, it's a long road, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a long road. It's a long road. I mean, who knows when? You know, who knows if it's going to ever be over? I mean, I really can't. Right. You know, that's like a tough question, but you know, we making some progress right now, and a lot of rappers are getting involved. A lot of people are donating money to charities and stuff, and Black Lives Matter and marching. I see a lot of rappers out there was marching, doing just doing a lot of protests. I seen like J. Cole and T.I. and A lot of other rappers. Lil Baby was marched. You know what I'm saying? That was good. I actually seen him on a blog or some at the White House. I was like,
yeah, yeah, that's
you know
major. That's major. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of rappers are getting involved, which I think is great, man. You know what I'm saying? It's time, man. You know, it's just crazy out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gotta try to make a change with it.
So when you talk about like your music, like for a minute, like did you feel that you being you know saying Juicy J of 3 6 Mafia, did you feel like there was a time in which you were kind of boxed in as a producer, and then you was able to make that step out? What record was that was allowed you to? I guess some people would say the Katy Perry record that allowed you to cross over. What record do you think though was that one that's like, I'm Juicy J, a producer, not just Juicy J, that just sound just like just this box over here?
Well, I mean, I would say Bands That Make a Dance, because that kind of, everybody, when Bands That Make a Dance blew up, everybody from Katy Perry and Miley Cyrus and all the big pop acts I work with, everybody I met was, you know, when I talked to them, they were like, "Hey man, that Bands That Make a Dance song." They always say they love that song, and then they wanted me to, do a feature with them. And so, the Bands That Make a Dance kind of it's kind of put me, like, when you with a group, you hear a lot of the things that goes on in the group. You hear Juicy J's verse, you hear DJ Paul's, you hear Crunchy Black, Project Pat, Gangsta Boo. But then when you hear me solo, then you be like, oh, okay, this is his vibe, his movement. But like, I would say this right here. Since I was in the group for so long, at the time, that was my vibe and my movement. When I did the solo thing, I was in a different frame of mind. I wasn't living in Memphis. You see what I'm saying? I was back and forth, but I was mainly in LA a lot. I was really on some trippy shit. I was doing a lot of, drugs and hanging out and kicking in Playboy Mansion every night. I was really just kind of like, in Memphis, I feel like I was grinding. But when I moved to LA, I won an Oscar. I had made a lot of money. So I kind of accomplished everything I felt like in my life. Like I was
at that time, right?
Yeah, I was like 29, 30. So I was like really, really like just chilling. I had the big mansion on the hill. I was kind of like every morning waking up, looking at the sunshine, rolling a joint, drinking a mimosa, you know what I'm saying? Getting chauffeured around town. So I was really on some kicking it time, you know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really even, at first I wasn't really making music like that. When I just started back making music, it's because I just felt like the 3 6 Mafia name and everything in the brand was just falling off. So I was trying to push it to help it get back
to where,
start. But it just had kind of backfired. People saw me rapping and saw me doing this and doing all these mixtapes. They was just like, man, Juicy J is a solo artist. They just kind of just put me in that frame of mind, That's
and it was never like like, no, I ain't rocking with them no more. It just, like you said, organically kind of happened.
Yeah.
So being connected with so many different artists, talk about some of the artists that you work with and some of the things that maybe you learned from them or that you taught them. I mean, it could be from the Meg, the Stallions to the 2 Chainz of the world. Like, share a little bit of story about, maybe some of your favorite ones to work with.
I mean, Kanye was definitely interesting, man. Kanye West is a genius, man. Just seeing him work, man, like, dude cold, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a dope producer, It's a bunch of people, man. Pharrell is super talented. I mean, the guy played piano and shit, and I seen him connecting all his sounds, and he was doing it himself. I just, and then he went to the booth and then freestyle a flow, and I was like, damn, like, where'd you get all that?
Right.
Sometimes I make a beat, then I gotta write. This dude was, I guess he was making the beat, he was writing the song in his head because I didn't see him write anything down. He went in there, I was like, damn. And it was super fast. So, I got a chance to work with different producers, and Dr. Luke, he's a genius, and Circuit, the genius, and a lot of different people, man. David Guetta, just like big name people, man. It's been a great experience, man. I'm still working. Like, Meg Thee Stallion is amazing. Like, when I first met Meg Thee Stallion, she just had like an underground buzz, but she come in the studio, she knocking songs out left and right. She ain't writing nothing down, like boom, 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 boom. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I was telling her manager, I like, man, she gonna be like the biggest thing in music. And like, I just seen it because the way she works, she's at the engineer board telling the engineer, like, yo, make my voice like this, turn the beat up this way, make this snap. Like, she was really hands-on. So, you don't really see too many people like that in the studio. And when I seen that, And you know, she's a female. I was like, man, I never seen a female take charge like that. So I was like,
Right.
I just back up. I played the beats and I just let me sit back. I mean, she go in. So she got 3 Grammys now, by the way. Congrats to Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely did. So when you see like sometimes you got these artists that come up and you can kind of tell your influence that you may have had on them, right? I guess, how do you integrate your style to fit them, but without them, like, you know, like, hey, yo, this is Juicy J. I want to do a song that sound like that, or, you know what I'm saying, to pay homage to him. But then, you know, for you to be like, no, this is your style. Where does that balance piece or that integration piece happen at in terms of making that sound?
You know, I'm open for whatever, man. We work together on it. You know what I'm saying? Even like when I work with The Weeknd, like I put my sound with his sound. I put my hoes and they put together the beat and he put the hook together. I mean, like, that's what I am, man. I'm a real musician. I'm a real artist. You know, I'm a real producer. So I like the new wave shit. You know what I'm saying? I listen to that shit. I listen to The Weeknd. I listen to all these people that I feature on my albums and do music, but I listen to their stuff, like not just one song. I listen to everything they drop. I'm listening to it. You know what I'm saying? And I like the music, so I want them to come to my vibe, and I want to go in their vibe too. So we just meet each other halfway, and that's how the magic happens. You know, I mean, listen to the Katy Perry record. I mean, if you listen to her parts and you listen to my part, it all fits together. It don't seem forced, or they don't seem like, oh, they just tried to do something real quick. It seemed like organic, you know, and that which it was. It wasn't like I didn't have to be like, oh, I don't know how to come on this song. When I heard that beat, I was like, oh, you know, she's a beast. I call it right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Right then and there, I'm coming up with the lyrics.
So when you got records like that, and then records like, you know, obviously you got an Academy Award. How does an artist get placement like that? Whether it's in a movie, a commercial, you know, anything. How does an artist get that kind of placement?
You know, man, a lot of times, man, it's about who you know and perfect timing.
Okay.
John Singleton had reached out to me and he said, hey, man, I want y'all to write a song for this movie called Baby Boy. And so we wrote this song called Baby Mama, and he loved the song. He put it in the movie 4 or 5 times, 3, 4 times. And then we was out in LA again, and we were shooting. We had this movie we were shooting called Choices. And he came by. He was like, man, y'all motherfuckers be working. You know, he just loved us. He's like, man, y'all really be working. And he said, man, y'all doing all this yourself? I'm like, yeah, we wrote the script and everything. He was like, man, wow. So he was shocked about that, you know. And he said, man, I got another movie I'm doing, man, I'm producing called Hustle and Flow. You know, it's about a pimp having a hard time, you know, in the rap game, trying to be a rapper, trying to get his music heard. And right then, you know, he was like, you know, I want y'all to write a song for the movie and do some. He wants to do the whole soundtrack. I ain't gonna lie. He said, man, I want to give it to you, man. Get the whole. I was like, all right, you know, how much money you talking, John? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, we ended up doing two songs, and right off that, when he was saying the movie's about a pimp having a hard time in the rap game, that's kind of how we came up with the Hard Out Here for a Pimp vibe, you know, right then, because he kind of put it together like, oh man, it's about a pimp having a hard time, you know what I'm saying? He going through this, he going through that, and I was like, okay, great, Hard Out Here for a Pimp, you know what I'm saying? That's it. That's the concept, and then we'll just take it from there. And then he gave us the script, we read the script, stuff like that, and then we just put it together the way, you know, how the movie flowed. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. It was, to me, man, it was like a kind of, you know, it was a Memphis movie, so it was kind of natural for me. It wasn't like we had to, I don't know, we didn't have to sit there and scratch our heads all day like, man, should we use it? It was like, this is what it is. We're hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get this money for the rent, for the Cadillacs and gas money spent will cause a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. And that was just, you know, in the beat, in the lyrics. I mean, it just all that just played a part, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it wasn't rocket science, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, and I think I thank God every day though, for real.
Yeah, and the way that actual song, so sometimes when you have soundtracks, the actual song isn't integrated into the movie. You know what I'm saying? So y'all's record was actually integrated at a crucial part of the movie, to where it wasn't like, oh, this is just in that song, but it was actually on that soundtrack, which was what I felt like made it like even bigger.
Yep. It's like, man, like you know, like I said, man, it's just you know, I never dreamed of having an Oscar because I knew what it was, but I didn't think we would ever get an Oscar. I mean, 3 6 Mafia, it's an underground
Well,
rap group.
I don't think they thought y'all was gonna get an Oscar at that time. The way y'all pulled up.
Man, I don't think anybody thought that, man. And it's like, it just goes to show you, man, anything is possible. That's why I tell anybody, man, like, it don't matter who you are, what you look like, what race, none of that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just put your heart in it and you do what you're supposed to do and you work hard at it. You accomplish things in life, you know. But
Right.
it don't stop from there, man. You know, like I say, man, like it's beautiful to have your family with you and be around these, you know, enjoy this stuff with your family and your real friends, man. Because at the end of the day, man, that's what it's all about. It's all about life, man, enjoying life, and you know what I'm saying, and just you know, hugging your mama and calling your sister up and telling you love, and just being around people, you know, that you love, man. It can keep you motivated, man. You know, because I see a lot of people, you know, get so much success and then, you know, the drugs kick in and everything kick in and they ain't got nobody around them to tell them, hey man, slow down, do this, do that, whoop, and they end up falling off. And it's sad because it can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can be on track 1 minute and then get off track 1 minute. But
Yeah.
it's just good to, it's just a tough, it's a like, success is great, but it's not easy, you know. It's like a lot of people you fall out with. It's just like you got to be prayerful, man, and pray on it and give yourself some time and don't be in a rush to do anything, and just watch what you taking, man. Everybody that's giving you the drugs you taking might not be the right drug, you know. They lacing fentanyl and all kind of shit out here, man. I got a lot of friends of mine that's passing away, and it's just crazy to me, you know.
Like I said earlier, man, you always drop gems and stuff like that. So I was curious, like someone in the audience or in the viewers asked in a question, like, are there any like youth music programs that you work with or you're connected with, or, you know what I'm saying, how do you, you know what I'm saying, in turn go back and teach some of the younger generation of producers, artists, songwriters, etc.? What's your mode of giving back in terms of that?
The way I give back, I talk to a lot of artists, man. I can't say names, but a lot of artists call me and they be like, Juicy, what should I do? Should I sign with Def Jam? Should I sign with Universal? Should I sign with Columbia? They always ask me this. Should I do the publishing deal? How much money should I ask for? So I give them advice, man. I mean, pretty much everybody in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. You know, I give a lot of people advice, man, like on a daily basis. And like I say, it's free game. I'm not even tripping. Because I mean, like, man, I wish I had somebody I could call back in my day. Even though I read a lot of books when I was when I was 13. I had my mom. She worked at the library. I checked out a lot of music books, and that's how I became smart in the music business, because I didn't understand the business myself. But it's great when you got Juicy J on speed dial, when you can hit me up and I give you that advice, because I'm gonna give you the real, whether they like it or not. I'm gonna give you what it is, because I've been through it, and you know, I'm successful at it, man. I own a lot of my masters. I own a lot of my publishing. You know what I'm saying? You know.
What about that? What about that artist in Columbus, Ohio that don't got Juicy J on speed dial? What is his or her route to get this information outside of being on the Music Business Monday? But what's his or her route to get this knowledge? Or like, where do I go? Where do I start at to get that knowledge?
Read some books. I read all the music books. That's what I did. I read all the books from here. I read about like almost 10 books. I was like 13, 14.
What was one of your favorite? Or one that you can remember, or what highly recommend?
I got in my studio. I just have to show them to you. It's like music publishing, music management, producing. I read up everything because I knew I was talented. And I was telling my mom, I was like, you know, I can rap, I can make a beat. I'm good at that. Scratch, but I was a cold DJ. I could do it behind my back. All that. I was super talented. So I said, the only thing I don't know is about the business of it. I said, I need to know the business. And I really was serious about it. I wasn't playing no games. You know, when she brought me those books from the library, I read them motherfuckers. I read them from top to bottom. I read them like 100 times, and I read the other one 100 times, and I read them all, and I would go back and read them. I was so curious. I was just so curious. Like, what do producers get? Because I was a producer. I wanted to be a producer. I wanted to be like Barry White and Isaac Hayes, you know, the guys playing the piano, but dope songwriters as well. So I was mainly just I was reading them suckers back to back, and I read about management and stuff like that, because you know, me and Paul was managing 3 6 Mafia and managing Project Pat and managing pretty much everything we did.
Gotcha. So we got another question for some of our viewers. He says, do you have any advice for leveraging your industry connections and signing your first deal?
Have any advice for leveraging? Say it again.
He said, does he have any advice for leveraging some of your industry connections? So you already know a lot of people in the industry, if I'm an artist, and then also signing your first deal. So where does that that bargaining power, that leverage come in as an artist looking to sign their first deal, even if they already have some industry connects?
Man, you know, honestly, I would just do it myself. I mean, I feel like nowadays you can make yourself extra hot where they come to you. You don't have to come to them. You know, you don't want to go knocking on no record label's door, talking about, hey, sign me. Like, no, man. Like, I mean, I understand if you know somebody, whoop the whoop, but don't do that. Just give it time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be quick to just jump. Let it build. Turn it into something. Make it, you know what I'm saying? And then just sit back. They'll knock at your door. You'll know. You'll know when you start posting stuff and shooting them YouTube videos and them views going up crazy. They will be in your DMs. They'll be calling your phone. They'll be knocking at your door. They'll be sending you letters. Trust me, man. You know, but give it time, man. Everybody want to rush, but don't rush nothing, man. You out here working your 9 to 5. Don't quit your day job for rap. Don't do that. Just keep working. You know, don't quit your day job till you know you at least got a couple of $100,000 or something coming to you in your pocket, and you got some shows on the way. You know, and some investments. Like, that's another thing too. Don't just get the money and go buy a car and a chain. A moissanite chain. With these jewelers be selling all these niggas out here, these moissanite chains, these fake ass diamonds. That's why I stopped buying jewelry, by the way. But anyway, don't go buy a moissanite chain. You know what I'm saying? You know, take that money and invest it in something. You know, put a little money in crypto. Put a little money in there. Put a little money. Don't put your whole life savings. Just put like a little bit here, a little bit there. It could be $100. It could be $200 here. It could be $300. Just invest a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let it build. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yep. So, but I mean, and speaking of that, you talk about the investment, but you really actually do that on your own too. Like, you ain't one that just talk about that. You're a legit entrepreneur and investor on the investment side. Tell the people some of the things that they may not know about that you're investing in. I know, you know what I'm saying, with some of the video game side, the cannabis side, of all that kind of things that you really have your hands into that they may not even see on the headlines or like that.
Well, anytime you go in the store and you buy one of these, I get paid. Anytime you go buy a Dr. Pepper or anything, I get paid. Not a bragging piece, but just showing you, like, you know, hey, God is definitely good, and you put your mind to it. You can, you know, I ain't gonna say I don't own this, but I get a piece of this. You know? I get a nice chunk of change of this, and I get a beautiful check. So Keurig, I got, like, that's Keurig's owned by Keurig. I got money in that. I got money in Fortnite. I got money in Turo. Heligen, I got this company with Bill Gates called Heligen. I got money in that. A cannabis company, Ash Street, Green Street, a publishing company. I'm signing producers. I signed TM88, Uzi. He's a superstar. I signed him. Man, I just got a lot of other things, you know, just like real estate, and you know, I put it everywhere. I put it crypto, Dogecoin, Ether, Bitcoin. I put it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? I just dibble and dab here and there, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about, man. Just taking your money and investing in some right investment. I got money in Netflix and you know, Amazon and stocks like that, you know, Apple Music stocks. Really, really great stocks too. Like, these stocks are really good. Like, think about it. Like, Netflix and Apple Music, that shit ain't going nowhere. That shit gonna go up. And if it was to take a little dip, you know, things sometimes they take a little dip, but it's not going nowhere. You know, you can leave your money in there for 20 years. And if you got any kids, you can just get it to them, you know, for their college, or just for them to just, you know, to take that money to invest in something else. Who knows?
We got a couple more questions here in the chat. One question is from an artist right here in the city. He said, would you be up for working with new artists or artists in the Columbus area, in the Columbus, Ohio area?
Most definitely, man. Yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. I know it's two artists from Ohio. They're not from, I know MGK. I worked with him when he was just getting started. I think when I met MGK, he had like MGK, he had like 7,000 followers, maybe. It could have been 7,000 followers. Now he a huge superstar. I know he's from Cleveland, but he's from Ohio. And I work with Doughboy, you know what I'm saying? Doughboy is coming up. I mean, he killing it right now, you know what I'm saying? So look, man, I work with anybody, man. I don't be tripping on that. It's not about a name. It's all about the respect and the talent, man. You know, you're a good chill person. You good vibes, you know what I'm saying? Realistic. Let's hang, let's smoke some weed, and then, you know, we get in the studio, let's make a record or whatever. And I don't be tripping on none of that, man. I jump on people's songs and work with people. It's not all about money. I do charge some people, but a lot of people I don't charge. You know what I'm saying? I just like doing music. I like making connections. I like, you know, I got a group on right now out of Memphis, Tennessee, Project Past Kids, Slick Mouth Click. It's a you know, they 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? Kids. You know, you know, runs in the family. So you know, I just like I say, I'm always. And I would connect them to work with a producer too. Even though I produce, but I connect them to work with other younger producers. Like I just put it together, man. You know what I mean? I don't be tripping on none of that. We all gonna make money at the end of the day. I just like making dope plays and proving people wrong and hey, I'm here to stay, man. Wherever you see the Grammys, you're gonna see me. When you see that the Oscars, you're gonna see me. Whenever you hear movies right now, I got a song in a Fast and Furious movie, Fast 9. I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I own 100% of my music and all my stuff, you know, and I'm still out here, you know, finna get a plaque off that. You know, producing stuff like that. I enjoy this, man. Like I'm the Quincy Jones of rap music, man. For real.
Definitely, I would agree with that. So one of my final questions, this is in the chat as well, because you do so much and because you're so embedded in that. We was talking earlier, and then the shorty came up on the screen or whatnot. How do you maintain that work-life balance, though? You know what I'm saying? How do you get, you know what I'm saying, to put so much into that, but then knowing that, you know, the family is right here too. So where's that work-life balance come for you?
Man, it's just there, man. You know, music gonna always be in me. Like I take my daughter to school every morning, pick her up, have a great time with her, talking to her, singing and stuff like that. But like, you know, when I'm alone and I drop her off, you know, I turn a beat on, light up a J, you know, listen to, you know, come up with some hooks, and then that's it. Then I go home, maybe lay down, work out, you know, do what I do. Play with my son, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, I mean, I can balance it out. There's no problem with that. Like, it's just, you know, I'm at home pretty much 85%. You know, then I go to my studio like late at night. When I want to go to the studio, I go like around 8:39. And then I'm there, you know, I go there and I time myself too. I used to stay in the studio like, oh, this days. I don't do that no more. Time it. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the studio from 8:30 to 12. Make sure I get some sleep. So when my daughter wake up, I'll be right there. You know, I won't be all sluggish. You can take her to school and stuff like that. So yeah, you do have to balance it out. You definitely have to put some times on things. And I kind of wish I could have did that back in the day, but I didn't. I would just go more. Because before you know it, man, you be working so hard, and you be damn. You know, you making the money. Your name is everywhere, but did you get a chance to enjoy it? And that's at the end of the day. That's what it's all about. I mean, we ain't just doing all this stuff to just making some money for somebody else to enjoy it. You know, we need to go out and go on a vacation, and, go to a restaurant, go to a club or something. You know, go to a strip club and throw a few. You know what I mean? Throw a few if you need to. You know, get some of that pressure off you, get some of that stress off you. You know, so you got to enjoy life. So you know, that's what I've been just doing right now, man. I've been kind of pacing myself and putting myself on a schedule as far as the studio. I make music all the time. I go to sleep, come up with a song. That's nothing. But as far as recording and being away from my family, it's a schedule on that. If I gotta do a show, okay, I gotta do a show this day. I'll be back on this day. I gotta do this. So I mean, you know, I schedule everything out. So you know, it's a balance. It's not easy neither, but it is what it is. You know, it's real life. But you know, kids come first though. So you know, you can't put nothing on that. You know, there ain't no schedule on that. Kids come first. Kids need me. I'm there. They need me for school to help them do this. You know, whatever. Read them a book. I'm there. And then that other stuff.
For sure. Well, listen, man, OG, man, it's always a pleasure. Like I said from the beginning, man, it's anytime I'm, you know, had a conversation with you or been in the same room, it's always gems dropped, always knowledge, always love, man. You're one of the coolest dudes, like, you know what I'm saying, to have a conversation with. So, you know, just wanted to give you your flowers while you was here, man, and bring you on this platform to kind of share some knowledge with the people right here in Central Ohio and everywhere else that they tapped into, man. So, man, legend, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, for what you've done for the music industry and myself as a DJ. So, you know what I'm saying, all love, you know what I'm saying. And, you know, definitely once, you know, Ohio just opened up, you know, so let's try to get you up here, man, and do something here in Columbus real soon.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. I love Columbus, man. With 3 6 Mafia and even my solo shows, I used to come up there and we used to tear it up all the time.
For sure. All right, man. All love, bro. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Peace. Thank y'all, man, for listening.
All right. Salute.